Namaste, dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, bonjour, hola, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Ken at 10 on my favorite day of the week, Friday. Yay, we love a Friday for so many reasons I can't tell you. Well, I can actually. Number one, the expectation of the weekend, always a fantastic thing, right? Number two, the most important day for property professionals in the estate agency business, because Saturday is the big day for viewings. So we're looking to make sure as many people as possible are out viewing properties that we've got available as opposed to our competitors. How are you? I hope you're well. A couple of bits of good news for the property market for a change, weren't there? What about that? Never expected that, did you? The property market can never cease to amaze me, the way that it twists and turns, and it's always counterintuitive. So, for instance, interest rates, first of all, let's talk about them. A hold from the Bank of England. Bit of a surprise. We did preempt this if you listened yesterday, you'd have heard that we thought that they were probably going to hold. And sure enough, they have held, but it was really close. Now, the Bank of England committee is made up of 9 people. 5 people voted for interest rates to stay on hold. 4 people voted for them to rise. So it wasn't quite a landslide, but it is an important piece of news. And it's because the economy is fairly fragile, and it's because the inflation figures were better than expected. So hopefully we're now at the peak. But there is a bit of a hill to go yet. We might find that at the next meeting they could shock and actually increase rates. I really do hope that we're at the top of that tree, sincerely. Let's hope so, fingers crossed, because 5 to 4 is fairly marginal. We need to bear that in mind, I think, to temper expectations for future. But certainly the markets are reacting in terms of many building societies and banks are now looking at different medium-term rates. They seem to be coming off a bit, which is great news if you're on a tracker or a variable rate mortgage. Another thing was the EPCs. This was a positive change for the housing market. For a while now, many landlords have felt that the cloud over their buy-to-let investments has been the requirement that their property reaches an energy performance rating of C or above. And originally the deadline was set for 2025, then it was kicked into the long grass for 2028. And then they weren't sure whether they could actually bring it in at all. And now it's been removed. Rishi Sunak has said that there's no longer a target for EPC grade C for 2028. There may be some sort of grade put in the future. So, and I would encourage all landlords to make whatever improvements they can to their energy efficiency. Why wouldn't you? But by the same token, there's no longer a requirement, and it can be a bit of a dark cloud. Many of the properties that we rent out are energy rating E, and therefore to get them to a C, no matter what you did, wouldn't quite be possible. So then the government would have required a minimum spend. And it looks like that spend would have been something like £10,000. Now, that burden put on top of all the other extra tax burdens that landlords are facing could have made many sell up and may make some hold on. So it's got to be good news as far as the situation is concerned. Just a little bit, but we'll take it. Any good news we'll take for the housing market right now. Now, elections, what will they change? An article in the Times looked at this, and I was quite interested to see what difference would it make if Labour came in, if the Tories came back. And the answer is not a lot, looking at the different policies that are on offer. Most of them are very similar. The Labour Party has said that they've got a home ownership target and they're considering state-backed mortgage guarantee. That's got to be a good thing for people looking to enter the market. But then at the other end, they've said that they'll scrap non-dom status, which means that the super rich may come away from the market, and that could mean that the mega rich mansions and the like are hit that way and prices come down at that sector of the market. I don't think most of us care about that, though. So, in terms of what the impact will be, the wider impact, well, time will tell. But one thing we know for sure is inflation, sooner or later, when it's coming through as strong and as fast as it has, impacts on house prices in a positive way, in that they go up. Why do they go up? Well, because salaries go up as inflation goes up, and then the proportion people can afford as a percentage of their salary is higher, therefore prices follow. Ultimately, that happens. Well, that will happen sooner or later remains to be seen. We could be in for some tough headwinds for a year or so. But interesting to see some positive news, and great for the property market anyway. Apart from that, not that busy today, so we do have space. Lovely day here in Norbury as well. The sun's out, looks like a spring day, strangely, after the storms we've had, but a little bit colder for sure. So that's it for today. Hope you have a great weekend. Remember, if you're thinking of selling or renting or auction or all three, and you're just not sure which way to go, we're here for you. We've got you covered on that. We've got experience over the last 30 years of all three things. So if you want someone that can come around and advise you on the auction viability of your property, which is a beautiful thing if you need a quick sale, right through to if you need to sell or rent your property. We can advise you on all those things. So do give us a call. Happy to chat, free and without obligation. Thanks for watching as always. Have a fantastic weekend. We're back on Monday with another edition. Until then, ciao.